Appletree Innovationcy. I am not sure why I love apple trees so much, to be absolutely honest. I am not sure, but I believe and I think it's from my childhood. I was 5, 6 years old and we were sneaking into the neighbors and climbing in their apple trees, sitting there with these juicy apples high up in the trees. It was a bit dangerous, it was a little bit nervous, but it was so much freedom. Appletree Innovationcy. It was amazing. So, apple trees are then the company name. Innovationcy is what we do. Appletree Innovationcy. So Innovationcy is an action and Appletree is then the structure. So the apple have unique thoughts, ideas, reflections, seeds inside of it. So all apples are unique as you are. We are all the same, unique, come from the apple. We all have unique thoughts, ideas, reflections inside this apple. And each apple seed has the potential to change the world. Tree is then the aspects or perspectives or areas that the Appletree Innovationcy is working on. Individuals, teams, leaderships. Tree can also be seen as the whole culture. So that is then what the Appletree creates. The individual team leaders are then creating culture. Innovationcy is then something new or different that add value. So Appletree Innovationcy, adding value always. So our mission or vision is to systematically challenge and support you so you can improve. And the vision is that you grow a better person, a better life, a better future. That you innovation see yourself, that you add value constantly to yourself. And that is done together. Because the most valuable resources is not the people, but the relationship between them. So the basic thinking is, research indicates, say, that the people who live the longest and are the happiest are the ones with healthy relationships. Not too many, not too few, but certain kind of relationships. These relationships are safe but challenging. Hence, Appletree Innovationcy is building a safe but challenging relationship culture. And then there's a structure on how people learn and work. And then there's a lot of thoughts inside of this again. But the basic thinking is that the Appletree Innovationcy is then working within 3 areas. So there is a universal process of working that you should think before you work, and then you should improve based on that part. So you think, you work, and you improve. And then the thinking is that in order to think, you need to understand yourself. You need to be having an understanding of the iceberg that you are. So the iceberg is that we all are finding ourselves out on open waters, bumping into other icebergs doing the same. And over lifetimes we grow aware on who we are and how we can do that more. So then the working part is then that we do this together. So we're climbing the mountains with a team who goes with us through these base camps, these levels. these 5 levels. And then when you do this part, that you're going and working together with people, you then will learn, which is then that you are going and living in a universe with no boundaries. So Appletree Innovationcy is not talking about changing the world, we're talking about changing the universe, and we're actually not talking about changing, because change is a very strong, dangerous word when you want people to improve. Improve is a positive thing, change is dangerous for the brain. This is the basic thinking of Appletree Innovationcy with these 3 areas of working. So when you then are working with these 3 areas, you then have a structure on how you do that. And in the end, this is then going to be the Appletree Innovationcy process. Because everything you do is supposed to be deliberately, and all deliberate results comes from a deliberate process. And how do you do that? What is the process? So everyone's saying you should trust the process, and I'm saying which process, and then I'm showing you which process. There are many processes. So the basic thinking is that you should trust the process based on where you are and what you're working on. So behind me there is, you can stop the video so you can look closer, but it says process of flow, process of synergy, ambidextrous growth, mastermind process for structure, and then the 5C, the E3, how did you get there, what can I do now? All of these things are different processes or related to process. And the processes you can then grow through this e-coaching system, where you become a heart leader or a heart person, humble, empathic, agile, relationship together person. So the basic thinking is, you can see here that in this picture, well, hopefully you can see it. In this picture, there are 3 areas. So the individual work, let me just zoom in so you can see this. So the basic thinking is there are 3 areas we work in. We work in individual team leaders, and then we have think, work, and then improve. And then the iceberg is a mountain is, and the universe are different steps and aspects. So all of these things comes together into these 3 perspectives. Long time ago, 20 years ago, I started this Appletree Innovationcy. I called the 3 dimensions, and these are the 3 dimensions. So the thinking is that these 3 dimensions, individual team leaders, when they think, work, and improve together, you have a structure. And this is then some kind of a process. This then is boiling down to the process of the synergy process, that if you want to grow together with people, you have to be aware of yourself, you need to think and understand yourself, that's the iceberg. You need to understand how you work together with people, that's the mountain. And then you need to learn together, that is then the universe. So this is then the 3 process steps. And then when you do these process steps, you are then working together with smart people, improving and growing better and better all the time. So when you then go through the process, through the whole process of these 3 areas, to the top of the house of innovation, top of the mountain, and you are ready to go into the universe and to the unknown, you can then speed up things. I call these the C-suits questions, of golden and diamond questions. So this is about how can you optimize the time use for people that are super smart, working with super smart people and don't have a lot of time. Optimizing time usage. So then that you need to understand that what you want to do systematically by thinking, working, improving. Improving is then that you're improving the tempo and the work relationship. And you're growing it stronger and safer and more extreme and hard and brutal, because it's higher and higher value is created. So you want to go through this process then, that you are increasing process awareness through process behavior. A simplified version of this is when you are on top of the company and you want to have people to learn to optimize what they are already doing amazingly well, the 3 levels of performance, high performance and extraordinary performance, these are the top 1 or 2% in the world. So when I work with this kind of people, there is one question that comes to mind that works every time. And now this is then the increasing process awareness through process behavior. This is then the question that leads the people into the adding value perspective. How can I add value through behavior quickly? How did you get there? This is the golden question that you can ask people that comes to you with a challenge. In order to increase their thinking of what the hell is going on here, instead of using a lot of time, you can go straight to the point. You want to understand the process they went through, and you want to see where can you potentially add value in the process together with this person. How did you get there? When you do this extraordinary well, and you go even higher to the peak, the very few people, is that you can then think of this as going into extreme situation. There's a explosion going on. Another person comes to you and say, what can we do now? What can we do now is the diamond of it all. Appletree Innovationcy, process-focused growth and improvement, scaling success. Innovationcy is something new and different that adds value. And when you do this systematically over time, and you come to the top where you're increasing process awareness through process behavior, ask, don't tell. How did you get there? What can we do now? You are then living as a synergizer. Appletree Innovationcy, apples creates synergizers, putting different apples together, and the drink you get, or the cake you get, or whatever product you get, is going to be amazing. Here we grow.